Hello everyone, welcome. How are we? Happy Wednesday. I know I didn't see you all on Monday, but presumably your week started fairly well. We'll talk about Monday in just a little bit, of course, because obviously some people I did see on Monday, some people I didn't. We will talk Nottingham, Andy. We'll have a little chat about that. There's a few things we're going to talk about. There's a couple of bits and pieces, obviously, that have happened over the last 24 hours, which I'm sure you know some people will be wanting to discuss, but we're not going to discuss it too heavy, to be honest. Ultimately, we're going to have a bit of a hangout, a bit of a chill, a bit of a... I feel like I need a bit of a chilled out one tonight. I don't want to go silly. I don't want to go like sort of high energy, but at the end of the day, who knows what's going to happen, because I can't predict what happens, you can't predict what happens, and FM can't predict what happens. So I can make a load of expectations, be like, this is what's going to go down, but who knows? Who knows? I should probably just let you see what's happening, because I'm still surprised that we're actually top of the league. Remember this from back, like last week, when we were top of the table with Cape Town Spurs. That feels unnerving at this point. Like, the Black Leopards obviously wasn't a great time in our South African lives, but it shows what a good job we were doing, because look how they're struggling now down there. 3 wins at 15, whereas Cape Town Spurs 11 wins, 11 out of 15. In fact, to be honest, it's only recently our form started to deteriorate, and it's because of this. It's because of this awful, dirty 4-2-3-1 we've been playing. 4-2-3-1 Gegenpress. Yuck. Absolutely yuck. But you know what? It's been working, because of course it works. And it actually has meant that we have sort of pushed up towards the top of the table, so we can't really complain about that, because we do need to get promoted. We do need to try and get our move on to start to look to try and work towards winning one of these Champions Leagues that we need to start with. Obviously, we'll start with the African Champions League, but then we want to kind of progress up into Asia, then North America, South America, and into Europe as well. So that's where we are at the minute. January transfer window has just rolled around. I'm going to try and keep a hold of as many players as we can, but we lost a lot in the summer transfer window, £375,000 worth of players actually. So the Bartman went. We also lost Liam Byrne. We lost Sheila and Dooley. These are like our sort of top players, and they just walked out the door. So it was like, okay, bye now. Let's see who we can replace you with. We signed Bennett McQuaina from the Black Leopards. We signed Mzizi from the Golden Arrows. Tabo McQuaina has come in. I mean, we've got a pretty decent squad, I think, really. We maybe could do with another striker, because obviously, if Vincent McQuaina somehow stops scoring or gets injured, then we don't have another striker. I can't believe I've just said that out loud, because that's clearly what's going to happen now. Luke Daniels is on loan as well, but he might end up getting recalled, because we're not really playing him, because McQuaina's in too good form. So yeah, that's sort of where we're at. Plus, January is sort of almost pre-season time, really. It's not pre-season time, but there's there's a winter break, so there's no league games. So it's all going to be friendlies, really. To be honest, if we have some games there, we might try and buy a couple of players, but we'll see. We'll see what goes down. Never say never. But ultimately, we want to kind of be building for the Premiership now. So I don't know what players we can bring in that are Premier League quality. Don't know. We'll obviously find that out very soon. But welcome into everyone, by the way. Well, like the moon is in. Had a haircut? Yes, I had a haircut. Yes, did I? Yeah. About a week ago now. But obviously, you might not have seen me in that time. Light the moon is in. Andy Reynolds is here. Luffy's in. Steve Daytona's in. Who else? We've got Dodgy Rolex is in. Hendo's there. We've also got Airwolf, Neil Fitzpatrick over on YouTube. We've got people just chilling in the background as well. Of course, you're more than welcome to do so. So yeah, please feel free. Pop your feet up. Grab yourself a drink. Grab a coffee. Grab a tea. Grab whatever you fancy. and, just have a nice time. Hendo in on the Prime. Hendo, I appreciate you, pal. Thank you very much for that. Jamie, appreciate the support. That's very, very kind indeed. We will talk a little bit about the Nottingham show, which was really good, actually. Really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was Reece Braithwaite wants a new contract. Sorry, 2 seconds. I mean, he's listed for loan, and he's out of contract. He'll be a leading player for the second division sides, but has the potential to be a right winger in the future. I mean, you know what? He's played Reece, man. 8 games, 1 goal, 2 assists. He started very well, but then he sort of like tailed in. You know what? You could have a new deal. Why not? Have it. Well, yeah, we got a bit of money. Who cares? No one brought any dead cats. Well, this is the thing. Loads of dead cats, Luffy. Loads. The only way to see the live show, by the way, well, we thought the only way to see the live show was to turn up to it. That would have been the first way. But we decided what we'd do is we would get Jebaru in to film it. So we've got it filmed, which means that on Friday, it will go live on Patreon. So if you're part of the Patreon, you'll get to see it. If you're not part of the Patreon, then I would suggest you maybe consider signing up for Patreon and having a little nosy at the show. You can do a free trial if you want to. Do a free trial first of all. It's a 7-day free trial. But let's be honest, it's worth the £3, right? It's worth £3. Plus, if you've seen the actual show, it's a no-brainer, right? So have a little look on that, see what you think. £3 a month for the Patreon for the FM show podcast, and I think that's money well spent. Personally, I think that. We did need a goalkeeper as well, so I'm going to try and bring Bajelis in and see if he can. I know he says he doesn't like playing in big games, but our current goalkeeper is starting to let a couple of goals in, and it's not great. Evening A15, welcome in. How are you? Hope you're good. Hope life's treating you well. I believe that the fictional town is currently being overrun by incredibly strong people. This week they're all up in Aberdeen for the Rogue Invitational. So I had a look at the ticket prices, and at £250 I was not going, but I was very tempted before that. Myself and Mrs. J priced up tickets. We were like, ooh, this could be good. And then it was like, that's a bit too expensive for that. Let's not do that. So it should be a good weekend, to be honest. But how was everyone's weekend just gone, by the way? Because obviously we didn't speak to on Monday. So how are we? What's been happening? What's fun? What's not fun? £22,000. I mean, that seems excessive for a goalkeeper. Well, for a player that's out of contract. But then again, £19,000 £19,000 might be enough to actually get us what we want. So keep rejecting offers from Cape Town from Kaiser Chiefs for our youngsters. Try and get them. Get away. Leave us alone. What's that? Oh, has he gone? He's already gone to the Sundowns. Damn it. He looks like a hell of a player, doesn't he? 18 years old. Look at those mentals. Physicals are pretty good as well. Yeah, I would have been happy to sign in, but he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to keep my options open." Yeah, saw that. Turns out your options were signed for the for one of the top teams. I see you. I see you. See if we've got any recommendations coming forward from just generally from South Africa. Kyle Bailey, quite interesting. Jaden Rhodes. Jaden Rhodes looks quite good actually. Shortlist him possibly. Mazzolo, 23-year-old. Enganche. I mean, 5'5". Leading Premier Division player apparently. Enjoys big matches. Got a lad from Sundowns for dirt cheap. He's a goal scorer, good PA. Bezunut is his name. Yeah, I think Sundowns seemingly produce quite a lot of good players. This is what I'm working out so far. So Light the Moon has said, lovely weekend, nice weather, club drew away from home in the relegation derby. Might have found what was ailing for me the past few years. A diet and exercise I should be able to balance out. Good news overall. Yes, that does sound good. So what, as in like you've worked out how you can balance your diet and your exercise together, and you finally worked out the balance for you. That's brilliant. If that's what you've worked out, I love that. I love it. There's all well and good in it, sort of going, oh, you know what, yeah, this is the workout I like doing, but can't eat for it, you know? And then vice versa. Even Crazy Brit, welcome in, buddy. We've got 186 grand in our transfer budget. I think the goalkeeper's got doubts about signing for us because obviously the Saudi Arabian clubs are interested. So actually we are going to play against Swallows and Tucks. It turns out I'm wrong actually because I'm sure last time we had some friendlies in January. Obviously we've changed it. Oh, it's because the African Cup of Nations is on, I think. It might be that, possibly. That might be why. I'm going to play it through. Dopamine deficiency, eating lots of beans, eggs and cottage cheese might end up emigrating to the UK. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you know, beans, eggs and cottage cheese, that to me, that suggests weightlifting and bodybuilding. So although I can't get away with cottage cheese. I really can't. You know what I mean? And if you've got dopamine deficiency, just buy things. Just buy things. That tends to cover for dopamine. That's what I've noticed anyway. So, yeah, as you can see, players currently on international duty. McQuainer being the main one, which we were saying before about, oh, God, imagine if he wasn't available. Yeah, it turns out he's not available. So that's going to be a problem. Early doors. In fact, there's Braithwaite put him in. He's just signed a new deal so he can be part of it. Kamalo is a centre back that we brought in on loan, who we quite like. So right, let's go for that, shall we? Evening, Marv. Nice to see you. Hope you're good. Didn't realise FM, the journalism takes some kind of steer from the player name. Oh, Benner's outstanding. Yeah, that's quite impressive, to be honest. That's a cracking pun. Yeah, well impressed with that. But so here we go then. Never realized a game could do things like that, to be honest. No, I've not. Well, I know it can do it when it's got players that are already in the database, but I guess it must be a thing. I guess I've maybe not really considered it, to be honest. I've not really thought about it, not really looked out for it. So, but I will from now on. Here's Swallows on the attack. Across the back post, head away by Mzizi. Here's Mzomi. We're in the white kit, by the way, just in case anyone's brand new and didn't realise. Mzomi gives the ball away. Out of the way kit. Kupstadt intercepts Mzizi. McQuainer. Right, okay, we've got the ball. 15 minutes in. Is this going to be a highlight that's going to end up with us doing something? No. No, Malonco's intercepted. It's going to be 1-0. So it's going to be 1-0 Swallows, isn't it? Yeah. Pick that one out. Oh dear. Not what we wanted first match of the stream, is it? It's only 15 minutes in though, so nothing major just yet, but yeah, it's a good finish, that, isn't it? Walked in the wrong time. Evening console, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you, hope you're well. It's not the wrong time yet. And there's never a wrong time with you, pal, don't worry. Two-0. Yeah. I agree. Swallowing is usually the best way, but at this moment in time, it's not great, is it? Do I make up songs for players? Sometimes I do in my head. Yeah. Hey, Macarena could definitely work. That's yeah, that feels like a good fit. Oh, what are we doing? Come on. Absolutely shocking. Since the lads have got a hangover from an away friendly at Nottingham on Monday. Some of them will do. Console, yeah. Some of them have a bit of a heavy head. Not me. I was back in the car at 10 o'clock. I was oh, these lads have got a hangover, definitely. But the Spurs lot. What are we doing? But yeah. If you could just leave, console, that would be great. Absolutely shocking behaviour here. Oh, you did mean Spurs, yeah. All right. Yeah, the actual show itself was very good. You were feeding RDF hooch from 1 a.m. to 2. I love it. Excellent. If I'd have been stuck around, I'd have been on the hooch, but I was like, right, I needed to get back. I need to take the kids to school on Tuesday morning, so I was like, right, I've got to go. So couldn't hang about, I'm afraid. Yeah, I saw a £1 a bottle, got 15 straight away and a free shot. £1 a bottle? Where did you go? I'd have bought 15 for myself, to be honest. Yeah. Great ball. Good touch. No penalty, apparently. Place called Osbar. All right, okay. I think when we were there last year, we ended up in one of the pool bars. And so they had it was like tins of hooch. So I had a yellow one and I had a lemon and I had me hula hooch with me. So I was doubling up there, but 15 for £1 a bottle. Oh my word. Oh yeah. Big fan of that. Speaking of shocking behaviour, care to explain match of the delayed performance and leading the sack race already? Yeah, I don't really care. that's probably the issue there. Yeah, it's just a bit of laugh, innit? You know, it's just a bit of a laugh, and also, you know, there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. Strikerless and PvP, is that still a thing? Yeah, apparently. But yeah, We're just having fun. I'm not, obviously. I'm not. I'm really not having fun with it. But nobody really wants to have to get Man City, do they? No, don't think so. The only way it could be worse would be if I had Newcastle or Liverpool. You forgot I took the oil money. I didn't choose it. I was given it. Yeah, it was a roulette wheel. It was picked on Hood Stream. Certainly wasn't my choice. Funny thing about Derby, I mentioned one of the ultras gave a motivational speech to my team. He spoke about not brushing their teeth and ripping the opponents to pieces. Very visceral. Okay. During the match, the cameraman zoomed in on a fan from the opponent holding a toothbrush and toothpaste, shouting a player to brush. I mean, that's quite impressive then. If the opposition have already worked out that they're going to talk about dental hygiene and have managed to go and already get some toothbrushes. I mean, that is commitment to the cause. Do you know what I mean? Lucky I can't get sacked in a PvP. I mean, well, I beg to differ. I'm sure I could if I really tried. Sure, I could have really tried. It would also give me a lot more free time back, because it turns out there's a lot of commitment to this project. So yeah, that would give me my evenings back. But it's a great idea, though. It's a great idea, and it seems like the reactions, it's been received well. It's only one game. Tony's going to win the league. I mean, we could look at the obvious factor that, yes, it's only one game so far, but where would sensationalism get us? You know, if it wasn't for sensationalism, then, 24-hour rolling news wouldn't be a thing. So, yeah, we have to remember, though, one defeat means rip up the tactic and do everything again. So, that's the thing. But yeah, let's just see. Let's see what happens. I'm not fussed either. You know what I mean? Oh, good finish. One sensationalism, 50 quid says you win the league. Yeah, maybe. Weirder things have happened. I mean, this would be incredible if we can pull this back to 4-4. That's a great hit from Braithwaite, by the way. He's gone from a 5-9. What's he up to now? 6-7. He's flying. A little bit more encouragement, possibly. Try and get them up over the last few minutes. I mean, 4-2 is not an embarrassment now, is it? Oh, here we go. Is 4-3 on? Flick through. Go and get it pulled back. Oh, almost. Just occurred to me that the Batman is either driving the Batmobile without insurance or committing insurance fraud, false identity. I believe that Batman is covered under Third-Party Road Traffic Act. I think his own policy allows him to drive vehicles. It's usually, though, it covers you as third party only, and it is usually in the event of like sort of, like it has to be sort of as a last resort sort of thing. So you could technically argue that driving the Batmobile would be a last resort. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's probably on his driving other cars extension, which I guess if he's only covered for third party, then at least the insurance company will pay out the other driver in the event of an injury. So yeah, just means that Bruce Wayne will probably, he's probably not going to be able to, like, Batman's not going to be able to claim if he gets injured. So is there some sort of justice there? Probably, really. So yeah, I'm not sure it's insurance fraud per se, but I imagine that it would be questioned, and it would probably be accepted as a reasonable explanation. I think Bruce Wayne probably owns the insurance company. That would be fraud then, if he's insuring himself under his own company. That's definitely a conflict of interest, I think. I'm not sure who would contest that, but I'm sure the Financial Conduct Authority would probably be against that. You know what I mean? Also, as well, it depends upon whether or not the insurance company would wish to cover superheroes, because comedians, for example, their car insurance is quite a lot because they think that we always drive with Kevin Bridges in the car. So I suppose if you say, right, what's your name, right? Batman. Okay, is that Batman? Yeah, right. Just do it. Bat first name, man surname, occupation, superhero / crime fighter. Right, crime fighter, what? As in police? No. As in like superhero. I think that would probably go to an underwriting department to make a decision. I don't think whoever's picked that up on the phone is going to be able to sell that policy straight off. Or if he's done it through a comparison site, like a We Buy Any Car, not We Buy Any Car, like what's it called, the Go Compare or something. Like, I'd be amazed if he's got a good deal. Do you know what I mean? I think he'd be paying a lot. He'd be paying a lot for superhero. Now you're imagining Wonder Woman trying to insure the invisible jet, and they're just going, nah, mate. Well, they might, and you know what? That would probably be wrong, because you can't just discriminate. That would be unfair. Makwana is out for 6 months. Damaged spine. Oh dear. I mean, he's one of our best players as well, isn't he? Oh, and he's out of contract in the summer. Oh dear. Oh, that's a problem. We might need a centre half now. We have brought a new goalkeeper in, so let's see if that's gonna help keep some goals out, because Aidan Dreyer has been really bad recently. Look at that. See, green form, and then just yellows, reds, and yellows. So, not having a good time, to be honest. Calispera Jason, how are we, buddy? Like the moon, trying to get Thor's hammer insured, where they have to wait for the record. Well, I suppose it depends upon. Again, it would probably depend upon the insurance companies as well, because some might not necessarily want it insured for its weight, but it might be value possibly. They might want to know where he keeps his hammer. Is it secured? I don't know. Maybe if I was Thor, I'd try and I'd just keep it under your contents and just not really mention it. But then, I guess, something like maybe it would be like a watch, like a really expensive watch. So probably just mention that you've got it, because in the event that it does go missing, then at least the insurance is going to be like, all right, have you got any photographs of you using the hammer? Oh, I've got loads of photographs of me using the hammer. Yeah. And again, make sure you've got that, because then it does help. Otherwise, anyone can just say they've got Thor's hammer. Do you think they've got public liability insurance? Destroy a lot whose insurance is picking it up? Well, it might depend on. So, say for example, Wayne Enterprises probably doesn't have. Wayne Enterprises probably have public liability insurance, because they'll presumably have business premises, I'd imagine. So they'd have to have public liability insurance. Whether that covers to damage caused by superheroes, I don't know. They'd probably have to check with their provider to see if it covers. Bruce Wayne takes responsibility for the destruction caused during his crime fighting by using his civilian persona as a civil engineer to rebuild what he breaks. Bruce isn't paying for all the repairs or doing them alone. It's a significant improvement in accountability compared to most heroes. Right, okay. So is he trying to, like, sweep the problem under the carpet sort of thing? Just like, right, yeah, I've broke it, let me fix it. I mean, it looks good for him, but I do get the impression that could be a little bit of fraud, you know? Like, he's just managed to get himself the contract to go and do all the cleaning. I mean, it's a bit suspect, isn't it? It's a bit suspect. In Marvel, there's a superhero insurance as well. Is there? Okay, that is interesting. Mardo Dieng. Do we go for Mardo Dieng? We had him before. Try not to buy players we've had before, but he did come from Generation Foot. We probably shouldn't buy players that we've had before. I reckon. Almost like Spider-Man having a window cleaning business on the side. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Yeah, it's just a little bit. It's just a little bit too convenient, isn't it? Yeah. Is he covered from working from home? Well, again, that's a really good question. He'd have to declare his house as a workspace. Might have to check what his mortgage says. Is he allowed to do that? Imagine if like, you know, after all that, Bruce Wayne goes down for a little bit of tax fraud. That would be like, yeah, just get him in, get him gone. Repatriation contracts should be accessible to other companies as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, create a fair market. Create a fair market. Spider-Man could easily put delivery drivers out of business if he dropped the crime fighting stuff. Agreed. Even Sir Dixie, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Pleasure to see you. We're discussing the ethics of, well, at first Bruce Wayne, second of all Batman, and then the entire Marvel universe, really, as to whether or not their insurance would cover what they're getting up to. Just a normal Wednesday, you know. Bruce drives a black Lambo in one of the films. Maybe his insurance is just trade insurance. Oh, okay. Trade insurance will probably work, but I guess it depends upon. Yeah, he could do that. That would certainly allow him flexibility. Samkelo Mazzolo. Want to buy Gallant. I don't know if we need another enganche, but we could move McQuainer up top. I mean, he's a striker. Actually, let's just put Malala in there. And Abdu's back as well. Abdu's quick. We could just put him up front, couldn't we? I'm just going to trust what we've got. Rightly or wrongly. Social domestic pleasure, commuting and crime fighting. I think that seems to be. I think crime fighting would be classed under class 2 business because it's other business use, isn't it? Evening agent with no number 47. Welcome in. How are we? We've got some stuff over on over on YouTube there as well. Roadhouse is in, saying loving the series, keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Roadhouse. Nice to have you in. Pleasure to see you here. Make sure you drop that like on the channel, by the way, which I'm sure you probably already have done. Developer Shill, Quarantine Cyclist, is in as well. Finally a niche I can offer more than sarcasm about. Batman probably funds his work through a network of limited companies. Job title Director. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he probably does do that, doesn't he? Company Director. Piss off. Andy probably has like multiple liquidations. You're just like, it's just what you do in business, isn't it? Spider-Man sending you a picture of your parcel secured with webbing 15 feet from your sidewall. That, yeah, he could do that. Absolutely could do that. It'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Agent, feeling great. How are we all? I think we're all good. I think we're all very good, actually. Thank you, Agent. Nice to have you in. Yeah, we're good for a Wednesday. Certainly can't complain. I mean, we can, but no one listens, right? Consultant. Good pun. Good pun. Imagine the message he's going to get from Derek Line about his black box when the driving he's doing. Well, I think you'd only get... I mean, the black box is an interesting thing, but surely the black box is more for younger drivers. But maybe he's been done for speed, and he's got to be done for speed at least once, surely. And we've said as well he might have been caught with driving with no insurance. So, yeah, I think he's definitely got at least a £350 excess. And if he hasn't, he's got a right deal. He must have no claims bonus though. He's constantly crashing, so that could be the bit where they get him on. You know, have you had any claims? He's like, well, you know, I haven't had claims. Yeah, you haven't had any claims, but as Bruce Wayne had claims, yeah, you know, you've had claims, but it's under Bruce Wayne's policy, so he still needs to declare it. Any modifications to your vehicle? I bet he's not declared the harpoon launcher. Yeah. Often though, modifications will usually go with does it offer any sort of like improvement to the vehicle's performance? So maybe he gets away that way. You know, and goes, oh yeah, the rocket launcher doesn't really make it drive any better. It just happens to be a rocket launcher. You know, I bet the mayor of Batman Turkey sued Warner Brothers for using the Cape Crusaders name without the city's permission, or they revel in the additional tourism that it brings. So. Could be that as well. Imagine the suspicion if a playboy philanderer Bruce Wayne had a clean driving license. I mean, weirder things have happened in the world of politics, right? You know, or high society. Does Batman and Turkey have a football team? Batman FC? Could be a thing. There's only one Batman in the world. The American producers used the name of our city without informing us. Oh. So they are upset about it. Oh, what's he making a foul for on the edge of the area? Oh. Why is it that we've started the stream again, sat top of the league, the first two things we've done, first two matches, we're looking like we're losing. We're just going to start slipping, aren't we? Why do we turn the computer off? Why? There's two clubs in Batman. That would make sense. No, Marv. I'm just gonna time you out. Time you out. Bad banter. Right, there you go. Right, rubbish. It's not, no, right. Yeah, bad banter. I'm just timing bad banter out now. Boring. I don't know if there's any mods in, so I'm just taking charge of my own stream now. Right. Right. Oh, you fouled him, Zombie. Great ball. Oh, had to finish it. Don't know about you. When someone said Batman to me, I instinctively think of Batman in Turkey. I've never thought of Batman in Turkey. Never thought. Now I might, but not prior to this. It's a women's team as well. Yes. I think good cross. Oh, good save. Maybe Bruce Wayne is Turkish. The whole flying rodent costume was just a coincidence. Yeah, maybe he's just a fan of the Batman football team, and that's the thing. He's actually the club mascot, and we've got it all wrong. Yeah. So the crime that he's fighting is actually human trafficking. Oh, what a goal that is. What a goal. That's a beautiful team goal. Now keep the ball moving. Braithwaite back inside. Look at that for a pass. McQuainer. Lovely finish. Yeah, he's onside. Football Mascots Crime Fighters, write it down. Write it down, Lynn, for the next meeting with the BBC. Yeah, we've got a second series there, haven't we? Definitely that gets a second series. Right. We've pulled it back to 1-1. Where are Tucks, by the way? Tucks are bottom of the league. Oh, dear. And we're 1-1. Come on, can we get a second goal? We need to keep this march to the Premiership on. Mafkane, good save. Yeah, because we don't want to be worried as we don't want to blow it, do we? He says as we can see the throw in. Oh, this is shocking. We might have to get rid of 4-2-3-1, which I'm certainly not against. Or we maybe need to get our players back from the African Cup of Nations pretty quickly. Give the ball away. I mean, we thought bringing a new goalkeeper would help us, but I think the change of 2 centre halves hasn't really worked. Oh, that should have been 3-1. We should have been really in trouble. We should have been in a lot of trouble there. What are we playing at? Seriously. See what we can do, but I suppose Malola can come on, can't he? All the top, McQueen is running after it, doesn't quite get there. 2-1 down against the bottom of the league, man. See if we can pull anything out of the bag here, but it's not looking likely, is it? This is shocking. This is really shocking. With Carney over the top. "22 shots, 10 on target, 2.3 XG, 57% possession, and we're losing 2-1 at the bottom of the league. And they stay bottom of the league as well. Yeah, that is not good. That is not good. It was easy. Thinks that I was too harsh. I don't think so at all. Right, I'll argue back about the left back. You know what? You can be unhappy. We'll take you out if we have to. 5 players who are unhappy, many contrasting personalities. Many players haven't formed meaningful relationships. Right, well, start forming relationships then. I'm a curse. You are console. You're an absolute curse. So, yeah, I'm blaming everything on you, and literally nothing on myself. Nothing at all. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But looking at the evidence, I think you're right. Yeah, cursed. I'm not selling players. I don't care what other clubs think. You know, top of the league after I went to see Robbie Fowler, and now look, yeah. See, I mean, what on earth are you doing to go and look at Robbie Fowler for? I've got no idea. But yeah, I mean, we can also blame Robbie Fowler, which I'm more than happy to do. By the way, I'm more than happy to blame Robbie Fowler as well. And Cozy might be. Trying to see if we can buy him. It might be better trying to get him in for free, but Regan van der Ross. Dreads big matches apparently. I need a centre back. I'm pleased to get up in the Leeds game at half time. See, I haven't checked the Sunderland result yet. It was 0-0 last I saw. Where are we at the minute? Still 0-0? Okay. You lost 1-0 to Millwall. Oh dear. Do we just try and buy Mauro Dieng? Why not? Let's try. Curse goes with me putting next to it a peanut butter on my sandwich this afternoon. It could be that as well, actually. That's a good point. Yeah. Face kicker, an absolute FMing. Yeah, it was. But that's one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those, you just got to learn to deal with it. Some people would probably kick off. Timing out for a newbie seemed a tad harsh. A thrashing of arms or throwing a water ball with telling off would have done. Yeah, basically the reason that you were timed out was just I'm getting really bored of shit football banter. So sorry if you're not up to speed with that, but yeah, the whole Spursy thing, it's just boring. So yeah, that was the reason. We don't really talk a lot of real football around here, and yeah, things about do coaching badges in a Pentagon. Obviously, I know that. I'm not a fucking idiot, right? So people get timed out for that now as well. Oh, do coaching badges? Nah, piss off, right? And yeah, just constant Spursy. It's just boring. So, but yes, welcome in. but welcome in. Because this isn't Spurs. This isn't the real Spurs either. So that's what makes it even more ridiculous. 125 grand for Dieng. We can't afford that. Well, we can, but we probably shouldn't. Diamani doesn't want to sign. We're close to talking about cats too, especially dead ones. Yes. Yeah, we talk about dead cats and how we definitely shouldn't fuck them. Again, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Badges, we don't need no stinking badges. We don't need badges. In fact, is that the command now? There, that's it. Yeah, yeah, right. Rougeau's obviously written it nicer than what I was going to say. We're working on that, so please bear with us. Sounds very much like we've gone to the complaints department. Something about badges, yeah. Talk about badges. What's our dynamics then? If everyone's got different personalities, unambitious, balanced, driven, determined. We're lacking a good number of highly influential players, and we've still got 2 players who are unhappy. Yeah. Doesn't help that two of the players that want to leave are our vice captain and another one of our team leaders. So that might be part of the reason that some of the squad are a bit all over the place. $75,000 for Nkosi. Do we want to bring him in now? Because Msomi's doing a decent enough job as it is. He's got low determination. You know what? That might give us a little bit more variation. Might let us rest Nsomi for a bit. Percentage of next sale 30%. Let's knock that down a little bit as well. So yeah, we might not actually bring anybody in January. That might be part of the thing that could actually scupper us. Recruitment focus completed. Strikers only. 2 recommendations, Carelza and Dickens, which we didn't get either of those, did we? Staff actually, where's the actual report? See what they've got. There must be some centre back somewhere that they've seen. Inuso's going to Sunderland, right? Yeah, he's the guy we wanted, really, isn't it? Mefo Carnell, not quite quick enough. He's 16, 6'4". He's got a bit of ability, a bit of potential. Yeah, no centre backs apparently. What about strikers? Mutembo, 2 games, 1 goal. We think he scored against us actually. I'm not making the same mistake I did last year with another 37-year-old centre-back. Cameron Carnell, though. Maybe. $31,000 buyout clause. That's worth considering. But also, when do our players come back from the AFCON? Because when they come back, then do we need another one? And Rise and Albert, we've looked at a couple of times as well. Rise and Albert, Super Sport United, Premier Division, 7 goals in 15 games. It's a goal every other match. That's not dreadful, is it? Do you know what I mean? We just got to the team. Can we loan anyone in? We can. It's more about, is there anybody to loan in? That's the question. Because obviously the talent pool isn't particularly deep, but I mean there are some good players there, and some of the good players are already out on loan as well. I mean, he's 6'6" and 17. We asked for him on trial and they weren't going to let him come. So I don't know whether that's going to happen at all or not. Diego Apollos. See if we can get him on trial as well. I'm not sure. Not sure if we're going to be able to or not. I think we might end up just... No, doesn't want to come on trial. Mahele neither. Do we just take a punt? I mean, when are these guys going to come back? So Kamalo comes back on the 7th of February, so that's in a little bit. McQuaina's the same. I'm due for Braithwaite. Braithwaite can go back on the bench. Magnus is 38. We don't need him. And Timber. Duplessis isn't really going to be first choice. Ajola. There's a lot of these players as well because we've got some younger players as well. We've got them all in the side because they don't need to be registered. So. And Belair. I think the main concern is not just Kamalo's not coming back yet, but McQuain is injured as well. So that's a complete brand new centre-back pairing. We've also had kick-off from Mzizi at left-back. So Carreras is going to have to go in. Niquali at right-back isn't great. Maybe we swap him for Zeba. Zeba's only played 5 matches, and Quali's played 13. Yes, Salty B, welcome in, buddy. How are you, my friend? Are you well? Shout out to my man Salty, by the way. Hope you're good. How was your stream? How you been getting on? Hope it was pleasant. Yes, Root, how are we? Welcome in. How was the live show? Live show was good. It was good, thank you. We said we were going to talk about it, didn't we, actually? Smashing it with Slemen. Of course you are. Of course you are. You can't fail to smash it with Slemen. They're built for success. Not necessarily when I manage them, but just in general they are. But yeah, no, the Nottingham show was good. It was fun. He wants to be a star player, does he? I can't improve the staff. And I'm probably not going to play you as an attacking winger midfield. I want to play you as a winger. I get the impression that he's already going to be a bit of a nightmare. $2,000. He's not even playing. You know what? No. Let's just walk away. Right. We're not buying him now. We might try and pick him up in the when he's out of contract at the end of the season, but let's not go silly at this moment in time. Got a massive Brazilian centre back. It's your new favourite. I love that. That's what you need in Indonesia. Just get a big Brazilian, and a massive Croatian or Serbian, and you're fine. You're absolutely fine at that point. But yeah, Nottingham was good. Nottingham was good. We've taken some learnings from it, and what we want to do is we want to try and make it more of a community thing. So I think we missed out a little bit. I know I wasn't really sort of banging the drum for it as much as I would have expected to have been doing in the lead up to it. But next year we absolutely have to start like rounding people up months in advance, and going, look, this is on. You know, if you're a creator yourself, like, you know, reach out to your own community, and just try and like get them to do it, and do it as a big meetup, and like sort of have the whole thing of like, it doesn't matter if you go, you don't know anybody. It's one of those things. So, you know, normalize that sort of behavior. And yeah, if we try and angle it that way, I think that'll be more successful for next year. So we're trying to think of some plans for it. Did you see the YouTube found your old stomping grounds the other week? Someone did a save with a mad professor adding former FM Wonder Kids. Maxim Segalko went to Arsenal Zhizhinsk. Oh, nice. That's very nice. I knew no one I turned up last year. Yeah, exactly, Barton. Yeah, just rock up and just like try and make friends when you get there. That's the plan. That's what we wanted anyway. So Zeep turned up. There's Zeep. Hey, Zeep's in the house. And you know what? It was awesome to meet Zeep in real life. So that was cool. Appreciate the fact that he flew over for it as well. So I mean, more to talk riff about next year. FM25 will be out by then. Maybe we'll see. We don't know. Possibly, but don't go assuming. Yeah, anything could happen. Right. I'm gonna kick the ball long there. Why not? Let's, rather than playing out from the back, let's launch it. Hoof it. Hoof ball, please. Shall we? Yeah, he can play in that position, and then Mbele can play there. Taking the show on tour next year. I think you and the guys in the camper van. We've talked about trying to get a tour of some description put together. The camper van bit absolutely wouldn't be happening at all. There's no way that's going to happen. For me, slumming it in a 3-star hotel is sort of where I'll go. I'm not one for you know, like taking away any teeny bit of luxury or comfort that I have in my life. I'm very much like, look, you know what? No, it's a privilege. I understand that, but let me have the privilege. Thank you, please. I don't want to be struggling around getting a bad back. So that's not going to happen. But yeah, we are hoping to take it to some other venues. But yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. Hopefully, if we can time it with launch of FM25, then it makes it an easier sell. But up until that point, I mean, who knows? Who knows, really? So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. see what happens. It's a difficult one to sell as a live show anyway, because it's like, oh, it's not just doing a podcast show. It's a podcast show about Football Manager, which again is quite a tricky sell to a venue. But I'm sure we'll be able to get something. It's a niche within a niche. Oh yeah. It's like, it's the Russian doll of niches. Obviously, other nations of dolls, which you are now allowed to say. You're not allowed to say Russian dolls anymore. You have to say, the Eastern European dolls. Yeah. Across the back post, get in. Abdu's back. Big header from the Ugandan. But yeah, in terms of the actual live show itself, though, the event, the event flew pretty quickly. The hour show barely touch the sides, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just one of those things. It's over before it's even begun, and we're just like, oh, okay, done. And then the afterwards is just the chat and stuff, and that's the fun bit. That's the fun bit, getting to meet everyone and have a bit of a conversation. And I didn't get to speak to as many people as I would like to have done. Obviously, with being conscious that I was having to go home and drive back up the road. But yeah, definitely do more of that next year. We could get a convention like TwitchCon. We could do, but the thing is, it needs people to actually commit to going to it. That's the thing, do you know what I mean? Because it's one of those things where people would say, yeah, do it, but getting them to actually go to do it is the tricky bit. And I get it. It's obviously it's expensive to go. It's expensive to get to. There's an element of travel involved. It's the fear of the unknown when you get there. Like, who's going to be there? We don't know. Do you know anybody? Is it going to be full of nice people? Is it going to be a bit cliquey? No one knows. Like for us, we don't think it is. We try to make it as inclusive as we can. And we stay and we talk to people, and we sort of before the show and after the show and all that sort of stuff. So we try and do that. But at the end of the day, you can't sort of tell people that it's going to be fine if they don't think it's going to be fine. So you need to soften it and make it seem approachable. And then could you do it over 2 days? Well, is there enough stuff to talk about over 2 days? Is there enough stuff to do over 2 days? I think if you're going to do a convention, you'd need the buy-in from the big lads as well, like the big players. Your Zealands, your Lelujos, Work the Spaces. Those guys would need to be involved. SI probably even would need to be involved in it, really, to sort of help push it. I mean, it's not an idea that's been off the table. It's something that has sort of, I guess, kind of been in the background of people's minds, that we would like it. But how we do it and what we do it is a question, isn't it? Loads to talk about insurance, ghosts, leopards. That's true. There is a fair bit, actually. Loving the slim fit Endlang shirt. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Maccas. Glad you're enjoying that. Glad you're enjoying it. You deserved a treat. Would SI want to be involved, given the reactions they've got recently? I mean, it would be a way of getting the community back on side. Do you know what I mean? There is that. It's a possibility. Where would you do it? I guess if SI were involved, it would be London. If we do it, then we've got control and we take over where it goes. Do you know what I mean? So we could say London, we could say Birmingham, we could say Glasgow, whatever. And we could pick where it goes, but I don't know. It's a tricky one. Like maybe there's some conversations that need to happen and see where we go with it. But yeah, it's not off the table. Put it that way. It's not off the table. Isn't FM Con the conspiracy theory that they opened pre-orders before announcing the delay? Yes, there is that. Do you ever do 2 truths and a lie with work as an icebreaker? Speaking of niche within a niche, my lie is it's always my special subject on the Welsh language of Mastermind was Star Trek DS9. I don't know. Maybe. I mean that is a niche within a niche, isn't it? I'm not sure. I mean, look. I mean, ultimately, would it be something that people would turn up for? Like, people in the chat tonight. Is that something you would travel for? If we could organise an FM convention, 2 days, what would it look like? What would it look like? Live FM show, obviously. Live Q&A, like a panel, but then again, that's sort of what the FM show is anyway. You'd have the record, you'd have the podcast record, then you'd have the Q&A afterwards. I guess you could have a separate live panel later on, but then that's almost the same sort of thing. A live draft would be fun. That would be fun. But after that, what? Like, after that, what else? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm struggling to work out what else we would do to fill the time and to justify doing it, other than, like, just a big meetup of people, which would be fun. Do you know what I mean? In itself, don't worry about that. It would be fun. But what else is there? I doubt I'd travel to London, says Luffy. Andy, I'd consider it. Monday and Nottingham was difficult for me due to work, because ideally need to stay over. Day of the week could be important. I know venues are more likely to be in demand Fridays and Saturdays. Well, this is it. Exactly. This is exactly it, You've got to worry if a venue's free Friday and Saturday night. You've got to worry. Because you've got to be going, what's bad with your venue? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Mondays is just easier, and it normally works out that we are in and around the release of the game as well. And also, it works better for me, to be honest. Monday, if I'm being completely honest, it works better for me, which is why we do that rather than Saturdays and Sundays. Need all the podcasts to do shows there. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we could do that. We'd absolutely do that. One of the reasons I struggle with the yearly Nottingham date is due to being on a work night and I can't book annual leave around it. That is an issue. That is an issue, which I completely get, and that is a valid call. Do you know what I mean? I guess that's the thing with live events, isn't it? There's always going to be something that is not going to quite line up. If it was a convention, it would have to be on a weekend. It would have to be Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. You couldn't do like Monday, Tuesday in Birmingham or whatever. It just wouldn't work. Do live events, I think you'd have to look at Insomnia and stuff and see how they've done it. Yeah, but then they've been very smart and booked in a load of other stuff. Like, even like they just don't have just one thing running around. So I think you'd have to have a big live thing as well, and I think that would have to be something like a playoffs or a streamer showdown sort of thing at the end as well, which would be cool. Because ideally, what you'd like, and this is where, so like my brain's going like way out here. ideally, what you'd love to have is a collection of machines all hooked up that are running, and you just have like a big network save or like a draft or whatever, and people can just jump on and play and have time, that way. That would be great. During the actual weekend, but that requires computers for a start. It requires a lot of internet. It requires a lot of organisation and trust. Should the National Football Museum in Manchester did a pitch to pixel exhibition a few years ago. That's not a bad shout, actually. That's not a bad shout. I'm trying to think where the space will be, though. Because I mentioned the International Football. I mentioned the Football Museum for a live show for the podcast, actually. Possibly. Video Games Museum in Sheffield. I mean, the FIFA Museum in Zurich would be great, but I can't imagine that many of you are going to come. So I'm just saying it would be worth the trip, but yeah, I can see a lack of people traveling for that. Workshop for tactics, that could work. Yeah, we could do that. We could literally have you could actually have it as a bring your saves. We could do that, work it all out, fix it there and then. Sticker collections probably take the same amount of time to get there as it did for Nottingham. Don't count me out just yet. See, Zeep's already in there. Zeep's doing it. The other option, and we've Si and I have sort of tried to think about adding the FM show onto like football shirt shows and stuff. But again, it's like, does it quite fit? Don't know. There's definitely something. Like, I just wonder how you sell it to the big ones, because that's gonna be the thing. Like, if you can convince them to do it, then it becomes easier. You're googling stadium hire. Arsenal want £30,000 to allow people to play football in the Emirates. Everton want £4,000. But now is that Everton at Goodison, or is that Everton at their new stadium? Because again, they could be very, very different prices. Themed vendors, football shirts could work. Yeah, we could do that. Okay. £1,100, that's a lot of money. Actually, can we afford not to spend that? I'm looking at Brentford close to SI. It is quite close, actually. Yeah, I think there's a few things to consider. Wimbledon would be good, and again they've got that link up. where is Wimbledon in relation to everything else? Well, that's gonna be the thing, isn't it? Like, are we gonna? Is it easy to get straight into? Because again, we've got to think about getting people there. So what's the thing with Nottingham? I know Nottingham's like a bit crap to get to, but it also, the venue's right next to the bus station, it's right next to the train station, so that's, once you get to Nottingham, you're in. It's easy, right? Watford have a link up as well. Wonder if facilities are like size wise. Yeah. Possible. 1,500, 150 to 400 people capacity at the National Football Museum. Manchester Victoria's across the way. That's true, actually. And classic football shirts in Manchester, and sport Bibles there as well, so we could maybe do something. That might be. My calendar contacts us Slough. Yeah, I mean, again though, I think if you need to get, so we need to try and get people there, and again, Slough's not that easy to get to, because if you're wanting people to stay over, you've then got to think there's got to be hotels, so they've got to have reasonable infrastructure. Where do you go for a night out in Slough? Chasers, obviously, and then New York. If you bring in some of the Sideline FM merch providers, stalls from the framing company that does the prints, we would. Yes, we absolutely would do that, definitely. Activity-wise, Q&A, rate the audience's saves, masterclass, what to look for in a Wonder Kid. Just naming YouTube video topics. Well, I mean, that's pretty much what it is, to be honest. Like, it would be a collection of YouTube content, really, or like YouTube discussion points, which I guess is kind of all FM really is, and it's all just discussion points. So, look at this, man. We're slipping down to third. We were top when we started tonight. Genuinely concerned. Yeah, console's not going to be there. Yeah, yeah, we're cutting you off. Muster Man can do a live Moneyball. Oh, fuck off. Muster Man can do a live Moneyball clinic. Yeah, I think we're going to get rid of Gegenpress, I reckon. Or can we just get our players back, please? Imagine in a Mad Scientist retro draft. Yeah, that would work. That would work. That'd be fun, actually. I'd be in for that. Or like loads of like just challenges, you could sort of put them on like, right, and have, you know, the obvious ones, bottom at Christmas. You know, or even just start a save and it's just a rolling clock and it's like a sort of hot potato. So you pass it around. Yeah, we do. We're getting there, aren't we? We're getting there. Here's one of the challenges FM Mobile. Whoever does best wins a shirt from SI's collection. I think we need SI to agree that. Console here. From Si's collection. I mean, yeah, Si probably gives away, yeah. Oh, he's getting sent off. Football clubs do corporate services going on league. It's an option. It is an option. It is an option. To be fair, I don't even know why I'm bothering with trying to come up with an idea. It's just, this is just. I don't think I'm even going to be playing FM next year. Look at this, rubbish, absolutely rubbish. I mean, we're dropped to 4th. Oh God. Yeah, it's going great, Murder. We were top of the league and we haven't lost. We've won one match tonight. This is just horrific. We're bringing the world championships from Indonesia, having like chess grandmaster playing 1-on-1. That could work. Well, somehow we've moved up to second. Oh no, we haven't. Right, I am. See, the problem is I'm waiting for players coming back, so I'm like, oh, I'll stick with this 4-2-3-1. I hate 4-2-3-1. I hate it. That's a shit corner. Such a bad corner. Oh. Oof. 3-0 defeat. I just don't even know. That was shocking, absolutely shocking. Again, and we got a man sent off as well. He's banned for 2 matches. FM 100 challengers for the most contributions for a single save. Delegates signed up for an hour across the event. Yes, that did happen. Yeah. We I was part of that actually. Even good, how are you, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. How are you, friend? Hope life is treating you well. Hope the stream was good. Pleasure to see you on Monday as well. Is it one of those mid-season slumps? We're back to winning ways soon. We will. We will be back, but it's just... But it is just frustrating at this point. If we can get our good players back, then we'll be fine. Retrogradist, welcome in, welcome in. Dan's in as well. Good to see you, buddy. It's just frustrating when you sort of like go, oh, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's... Oh, it's not fine. Like, we're done for. Streamers Grand sitting top of the Liga 2 with Tenerife 7-point lead, 11 big games to go. I mean, look, we had leads. You know, we were top. We were top. Not now. Not anymore. A couple of things have gone wrong. We need players to come back from the AFCON. That'll help. That'll go some way towards helping. But yeah, we're trying to plot an FM convention, Dave. Working out what we need to do. What people would want. Job security stable. That doesn't sound good, does it? Well, we're not on that. This bit here, that's good. Did Aaron find us hotel over here on Monday? No idea. No idea. I left him. I went. So I went at 10. So I've got no idea where he might be back. We don't know. So yeah. So it's kind of like trying to work out what the, you know, could we do it? How would it be done? Where would it be done? What would go on? What would be done while we're there? You then obviously got to work out what the cost implications are. Like, how much would people be willing to pay for something like that? Because again, it is a big commitment, isn't it? Q&A with an international coach. An international coach would... Who do you think's going to turn up to this? There's no international coaches going to come to this. A real life international coach. No chance. No chance. Like I'm just trying to work out who actually do you think would want to come on that? Just a coach, just someone who's... Do you mean like a bus? I could probably get a bus. I don't think I'd get anyone who actually works in football coming to it. Big Sam. Well, maybe Big Sam. Maybe Big Sam, yeah. Glenn Coco, you're on Tony Jameson live stream, new to Twitch, love the pod. Welcome, Glenn. Is it still Greece? No, Greece is gone, unfortunately. Greece is gone. We are currently trying to do a Pentagon and doing it very badly. We're in South Africa at the minute. We're in the first division. The first division of South Africa, and yeah, we need to win the Champions League. So we need to win 5 Champions Leagues actually. So there's that. 2 seconds. I appreciate the good luck. I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it, to be honest. Because the expectation for Cape Town Spurs is to win the league. And what I'm doing is taking them to third. Look at that, 1-92. It's literally a foregone conclusion that we're going to win the league. And then I'm like, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. There's no such thing as a foregone conclusion. Although that was, of course, the band that David Brent headed up in the office. So we could do with them right now. This is our first club. This is our second club, actually. This is our second club. So the first club was the Black Leopards. And that was a struggle. That was a struggle. It didn't quite. We managed to stay up in the first season, finished mid-table. Second season was mid-table as well, but it's just a bit of a grind. And then we went and signed Hugo Rodriguez, and at that point, the game just went, go to Cape Town. Like, don't do any more silly things. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. We'll just leave here then, shall we? And I was like, yes, it's a good idea for you to do that. And that's why we're here. Yeah, absolute Barclays. Yeah. Have a look at Pato now. No, he'll be long gone. He'll be long gone. What we need to do, though, is we need to start winning. And I think I might change. I might change it up. I'm tempted to put McQueen on, even though he's not fully fit, but then I don't want him to get injured. I'll tell you what. How about I put Braithwaite at right back, put Abdu there, because he can probably play pressing. Let's try that. Let's try. But yes, slightly distracted when we started talking about FM conventions. So balance to positive. Let's okay, fine. Let's do it. 71% for the people who've been out on the AFCON. We need them to get back fit, don't we, really? We'd love an FM only convention. I mean, it has the potential to be good, but as I say, it needs a lot of planning. A lot of logistics. Got to work out how we cover Zealand's airfare as well. But yeah, I have the feeling it'll probably end up having to be somewhere like London, because it's just easier, isn't it, for most people. I'm not a fan personally, but get the loser up here. yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kev, do you want to be part of the of this? But I do need you to chip in for Z's flight. Is that all right? But then again, I mean, as we've sort of already said there, we'd have to try and work out what is a reasonable cost for a ticket. Because most people are going to have to pay travel. A lot of people are going to have to pay accommodation. Oh God, I couldn't think of anything worse than a weekend in Liverpool. No, great goal, Mzami. But so yeah, what would be 40 to 60 quid for a weekend? That's reasonable. Because you could then have single day options as well, couldn't you? And it would have to be a full thing, like lunchtime to late, well, probably earlier than lunchtime, isn't it? Really. The price of a pint in London, yeah, that would be it. Yeah, 60 quid would be London prices. Losers just want, don't call me Kev. Does he not like being called Kev? Mr. Chapman, sir. London venue prices can be too much higher. I've been to Excel a few times. They have variable sized spaces. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to end up incurring venue costs as well, but it seems inevitable. So you'd have to get sponsors involved as well to sort of like get some money involved in it, to make it happen. I suppose we take the conversation away, don't we, and just say, look, what do we think? I guess with FM25 coming out, it would be a good time to do it. Have a big sort of like community thing, but then the summer's women's Euros, isn't it? Is it women's Euros? Women's World Cup. So again, venues might be at premium. Great finish. I see the club thing is a tricky one, because a lot of the bars in the clubs are franchised, so it's like you don't actually deal with the club, you have to deal with the owner of the bar, so it's like tends to be the brewery. And also as well, this is going to sound really petty, football fans are fannies, and they'll not go to certain clubs because they don't like them. So, and it sounds pathetic, and it is pathetic, but that's exactly what they're like. Like, you know for a fact that there's people won't watch a stream if you manage a certain football club. So imagine trying to ask them to go to another football club's ground. They'll be like, well, I'm not going there. That's the team that I don't like. If I go there, then the world will end. And it's just like, you have to tell these people to grow up. Like someone not wanting to go to Liverpool. I've been to Liverpool before. And also, I'm in charge, Zeke, so if I decide I'm not going, I'm not going. In fact, to be honest, there's a couple of great spaces, though, in Liverpool, which we could do, but yeah, I just think that there'd be... Manchester would be interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll get some ideas put together. Sponsors aim big. Get companies like Game, for example. Is Game still a thing? I mean, we'd need like massive sponsors on it, like huge, like Sports Interactive level sponsors, essentially Sega level sponsors, who could help with some of the production costs. Game Belong is still a thing. They're owned by Frasers. All right, okay. Oh, so look at that. Oh, is that because they end up in Sports Directs now, don't they? Is that right? I think they do. Right, Logan can come off for Zeba. Let's try and get some fresh legs on, shall we? Needs fresh legs. that'll do. 3-1 up. We should theoretically be fine. How Saudi are investing in sports events these days. Oh, I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine that if I oh, we've got a sponsor, yeah. This Piff. Have you heard of them? They're quite good, right? Game belong host parties, have top spec machines, people can network their game. Alright, okay. Interesting. I mean, that would make sense. The logical one, like Nvidia or something. Glenn Coco was in with a follow. Appreciate that, Glenn. Hate to be the stereotype that you've described. I flaked out seeing my own team from the NFL because I hate Spurs and didn't want to help make them money. Oh, the cyclists, come on. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do you know what I mean? You're better than that, surely. Oh, absolute errands. Off the post, then off the bar. Maybe get that clip. That's a right miss. Because obviously you could get like the sort of the actual computer manufacturers, couldn't you? Like sort of like PowerPC or what's the other one? There's like the other one. There's like another Cyber PC or something. Is it Cyber PC? Get Sneak on board, get Manscaped back, and we could have a live ball shaving. We could do that. That'll be good. Now the ideas are flowing. I've got a win, and now I'm like thinking about this logically. All right, okay. Be good to get Miles there. Miles could turn up and have a bit of chat. Although I don't think he would, given the fact that a lot of people are still angry at Miles, which is unfair, but. Again, you know what people are like, right? You went to a wedding reception at Harrogate Town solely because it was licensed and could accommodate large numbers. Yeah. I mean, again, I understand that there's that there's options for football clubs, but I do think that it's the people that would ruin it. The RSPCA could sponsor. We could get Barrymore, get Denise Van Outen to DJ. Do you reckon we could? She'd be none the wiser. She would be none the wiser. We could get her to DJ, and then like we could just end the night playing Gangster's Paradise, and only we would know, and her obviously. That's the plan. Clip that, because that's the plan. That goes in out of context, TJ. I think that's how it works. Special guest Kurt Zuma. Yeah, well, I mean, Kurt Zuma's got to get to the back of the queue if Barrymore's already been in there. Do you know what I mean? Barrymore could do the awards. We could get Hooch to sponsor it. Great, a new midfield signing, injured already for 4 weeks. Brilliant. As a Watford fan, I ended the club where I decided to sell the chairs from the dugout, red and yellow racing chairs with the manager and the headset. They could do. They could. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be. Well, we could raffle them off. Could be it. We could do that. I don't know whether we'd be allowed, because I don't know whether the Watford want to sell them or not, but probably. Wow, McGreece, did you hit a brick wall? No, we didn't really hit a brick wall to us. So we did 19 seasons, and we were fine. We were enjoying it, and it was going well enough. We got sacked after 17 seasons, which was really bizarre. So it took the shine off the save a little bit. And then when the news came out that FN25 was delayed, we were like, well, should we start something new? Because like another 6 months of Greece didn't really seem particularly appealing at that moment in time. So it's like, right, let's do something new and we'll try this instead. So yeah, Greece was fun though. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I couldn't do another 6 months on it. Not at all. I'm going to do like a roundup video and take it up to 20 seasons offline and just go, right, this is where we got to for Build a Nation. Greece got to 6th, Tom. 6th, which given the fact that that's my first goal at a Build a Nation, I'm pretty happy with that. And I didn't do the loan farm. I just did it all by just being consistent, really. And that was my thing. So yeah, it was fun. Second yellow was up to 4th. I think that's well done. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. If he's 4th and he's got, what is it, like 300 players out on loan or something, I'll take 6th. Absolutely. As I say, I've never done a Build a Nation before, so it was really, really interesting way of playing. And I enjoyed it as a way of playing. I thought it was really good. Right, you know what? Let's get these boys straight back in, shall we? Also got hit by the player value crash, 3rd time it's happened. What? Matt has he? See, I've never... did that happen to us, by the way? Did that happen to us? Because I didn't... I don't think I'm particularly sure about what you mean by the player value crash. I don't think I fully understand it. So therefore, I don't know if it's happened to us or not. Any plans to go to a match live in Greece? Well, there was a plan. We thought about it. It's tricky to get. Well, it's tricky to get over there. It's not impossible, but I'd need to be able to convince Mrs. J to stay with the 2 kids while I go to Greece to watch football. So that's that'll be the tricky bit. He has good players for value for less than what they should be. Got you. It did happen for you, but it was less detrimental because Matt uses player sales to fund the loan farm. Right, got you. Oh, was that the year? Was that the year where everyone's values went to about 500 grand or something? Is that it? And we were going, oh, these players are like worth 9 million quid, then all of a sudden they were about 500,000. That rings a bell, actually. That rings a bell. Okay. What a goal. Mzomi makes it 1-0. The Black Leopards already looking around going, oh dear. It's happening again. That's something that should have been raised on the FM show over the on Monday, I reckon. That would have been a good question rather than, you know, other people's internet being the problem. I should say, by the way, if you haven't already worked it out, we mentioned it earlier in the stream. If you weren't here earlier on the stream, the live show from Monday is going to be available on Patreon on Friday. So Friday, the live show is going to be released. So if you weren't there, Patreon is going to be the only way to see it. If you didn't see it physically, then it's going to have to be on Patreon. So get yourself signed up for £3, from as little as £3 a month. Evening, Hermanson, welcome in. Hope you're good. Hope life's treating you well. Nice to see you on this Wednesday. And then there is a episode, of course, that's coming out tomorrow on the FM show. So, general weekly episode. Abdu McQuainer fouled. Who's down here? other McQueen, Bennett McQueen, is injured. Am I the Bill Gates Wonder Kid guy? What, you mean the guy who does the stand-up show? Yes, yes. Yes, I am. I am very well, thank you, Hermanson. Very well indeed. I'm just having myself a nice time. Trying to not let the Black Leopards equalise. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I need to, again, we were thinking about sort of like doing the second comedy show as well. But there you go, that's what I could do. I guess it would have to be good, but I could do that. I could do the new show at the end, and that would be pretty interesting, wouldn't it? We could do a dramatic reading. Yeah, we could get the books out, do a line. All new PowerPoint slides, yeah. Like, absolutely new. Like, do the whole thing via Google Sheets or Teams. Screen Goal 3. we could do another watch along. Or if we could get a copy of Steve Bruce's, if we could get a copy of Striker, that'd be amazing. The Leopards look like they're coming back into this now, don't they? Oh, yes, they are. Right. We need to fix that then. Great hit, by the way. You get a copy of Striker for free. Been looking this up for Larming at the PDF version. Can you? I've been trying to get that. You need to send me the link, console. Because I know the actual book itself is like, it's about, I want to say it's about 300 quid. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm sure it's stupidly expensive. Because there's hardly any copies in existence. Because why would there be? But I am fairly sure it's worth a few quid. What book is that? It's the book that Steve Bruce wrote called Striker. It's a murder mystery. About the death of a footballer. Because, you know, write about what you know, Steve. Oh! Mafgana in off the underside of the bar. There we go. He still couldn't afford to not take the Blackpool job. I've heard it read in full on Quickly Kev. Oh, have you? I might have to download that episode as well then. (2-1) against the Leopards. We'll celebrate it. Of course we will. We shouldn't have to, should we? It moves us joint top with JDR Stars now. And they're beating Milford, so... That's right, just keep the football, keep the ball. Abdu. Nikwali. Don't give the ball away. Quali's giving it away again. Oh, right. Let's get you off because you've made 2 glaring errors there. We don't really have a right back though, do we? So McCaffrey is going to have to go on. Oh, that's fine. Full time. We're all right. We're all right. Is this team 2 of the save? Yes, Tom. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. We were at the Black Leopards, ironically, previously, and we've now moved up to Cape Town Spurs. So, yeah, 3rd season in. Hopefully, we can get promoted into the Premier League of South Africa this season, and then we can start to look to either push on as a Premier League side in South Africa and look to try and qualify for the African Champions League in South Africa, or see if we can move on to like Egypt or something, or Morocco, or someone who might be in a better position to challenge for the Champions League. However, the last two seasons have actually had a South African side in the final. So the Sundowns were there the last 2 years, okay? So beaten finalists, but otherwise it's Egypt for pyramids and Tunis, which I think is Tunisia? Yeah, Tunisia, yeah. So yeah, that's where we are. Did he also have books called Defender and Sweeper? He might have done, but I don't know for sure. Even Orals, welcome in, welcome in. How many games we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10. Yeah, 9 games. All right, cool. So that's pretty good then. It looks like we're going to be able to finish the season then this week, which would be pretty good. It's 95 page unscribed. Page 95 is page 128. You sign up for a trial and download and cancel. All right, that sounds like a lot of work, but okay, maybe. I'll have a look. Just did it to see how big Gary Barlow's son. I don't understand the whole Gary Barlow's son thing. I don't understand how, like, have they just kept him out of the public eye? Because Because you can't just turn up and be that massive, can you? Like, someone's got to know that you're that massive. Like, how has this not come out before now that his son is a giant? Or Gary Barlow is a short ass. Like, and even I've seen this meme, so that must say a lot, you know? Kid's 24. He's 24 foot tall. I've seen centers in the NBA shorter than that. Shorter than him. They're trying to hide him, but he outgrew the house. Yeah. Imagine giving birth to him, just like, you know, just pulling him out by his legs. Like Mrs. Gary Barlow would have actually had to have shrunk about 5 feet by giving birth. There's no way his son's only 6'2". Don't be so silly. Like, no chance. One 0. Six for two. He's kneeling down. Yeah. All the major news outlets are reporting it. What, the Gary Barlow's son's dead tall? That's like, do you know what? It's not been a slow news day. You know, like, I mean, granted, those newspapers, publications, I could imagine them struggling to think of what to post today, but honestly, there's definitely bigger news than Gary Barlow's son is tall. Mrs. Barlow is exactly what is called a long woman. She grew 5.5 inches as she grew vertically within before giving birth. Yeah. So when you think about it, right? Okay, so hang on, right? If we're now saying that these publications are reporting this story, and that one of them has an exclusive, it's the exclusive that man has son who's 6'2". Like, 6'2's not even that tall. So what's the exclusive that they've got? You know. Because I know if Barlow's 5'7", then of course 6'2" looks massive, but he's bigger than 6'2". Do you know what I mean? Like, he's bigger, and that's this is where we're at in the world, isn't it? That this is apparently newsworthy. Gary Barlow's son is taller than his dad. Like, it's an exclusive as long as you haven't been on Twitter. Yeah. Like, the idea that newspapers can have exclusives anymore, it's just it's you know what it is? It's preposterous, right there. And it's very rare that anyone will say it's preposterous anymore, but I'll say it. Yeah. Has Barlow written a book and that's the exclusive? I wouldn't imagine so. I can't. Maybe he has. Maybe he's written a tall tale. Yeah, yeah. Because his son's big apparently. I'll see myself out. Gary Barlow's not a time man. Gary Barlow's a poacher. Clearly. Michael Owen height. Yeah, Barlow's son and Trump's son, both of them just like playing the Og monster, aren't they? 2-0. Zeke's on his way off. No worries, Zeke. No worries. You go and get yourself some rest. You deserve it. It was a pleasure meeting you as well, by the way, Monday. Genuinely. Thank you so much for coming. And yeah, get some rest. 20 years ago, I was a regional journalist for 18 months. A guy accidentally drove his car into the harbour. Doorstepped him and said, no comment. My editor printed that as harbour driver speaks exclusively. I like that. I like my favourite thing though is local photographs that go with the local story. There's like story is our bins haven't been collected, and then there's always a photograph of someone looking really sad next to their bins, just because obviously people who look at local newspapers apparently can't read the story, so there's just a sad person with a bin going pointing to the bin. Or man gets ill after eating sandwich, and there's a picture of him with a sandwich, like looking going, I should really try and eat that sandwich again. It all came back because he's promoting a new show, Gary Barlow's Wine Tour. I mean, unless Gary Barlow's son is mashing the grapes with his massive fucking monster feet, then I don't really think that Gary Barlow's son needs to be anywhere near the promo of this show. The stories always come with people who have absolutely nailed the compensation face. That's it, the compensation face. Yes. There's a Reddit for compo faces. Yes. I haven't got Reddit, but I'm glad there is a thing for that, because yeah, it's the sort of thing that makes me happy as well. In fact, actually, yeah, someone send me that. That'll cheer me up. I'll read that tonight. That'll be quite good before I go to bed. Every hour he does is a wine tour. Yes, 33. Go across the back post, headed away. You'll need to send me the link. I'll send it to. Yeah, send it to me, because I think the mods have all gone to bed now. So. I've got myself some reading to do, which is good. Just have to search Reddit compo face. Oh, I've got to do the searching as well. Oh, come on, console. You're meant to take me straight to the root cause, straight to the goods. Don't be like, oh, if that's just the link to Reddit.com. And yeah, I'm not signing up for an account with that. Gary Wines. It's not a great vintage, but they'll take it. They'll take that, or they'll take that. They'll see, because of the band. Helps if I've read it properly the first time, doesn't it? Straight to the goods, just for everyone else interested. Ah, okay. Right, okay, so what do I have to do here? Here we go. This is there you go. Right, there you go. Yeah, Reddit compo face. Keep your river out of my garden. There you go. That's it. There's the link. Enjoy, everyone. Sheepo Shauk is have you got on the shortlist? He's on the shortlist. Of course he is. Of course he is. Miante as well. He's out of contract at the end of the season. Shortlist already. Same with Laku. We know about him as well. He will be good. He needs to physical himself up a little bit though, but might be interested. Wants to fill sandbags on our flat country because Valencia compo face is my favourite, just glancing already. I mean, again, with Valencia compo face is probably something to do with Batman, I'm guessing. This is the Florida man meme for the local news. That's the one. That's it. The British version of Florida Man. Mm-hmm. Right, 8 games to go. Back top of the table, clear by 3 points. Is there some potential that we've managed to... Don't say it, Tony. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Just keep clicking your continue button. Nothing else needs to be concerned right now. We're certainly not going to manage in Saudi Arabia or the UAE. Yeah, get a promotion under our belt. Gary Barlow's wine tours on ITV. I mean, there you go. That is literally like, that sentence couldn't really get any worse, could it? Gary Barlow wine tour ITV, unless it is followed up with accompanied by Robbie Williams, David Walliams, and they're both singing. Like, that would be the only way that makes that worse. But yeah, anything that goes on ITV can't be good. Can't be good. Struggling to find a positive. Right, so we're facing the JDR Stars now, which is a top of the table clash. So this is going to be a big match, isn't it? Right, just as the music's decided to go down. So here we go. We're back. Pilgrim's in. Welcome, Pilgrim. How are you, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, so close. So close. do an entire stream with just just the combo faces. Probably, to be honest. Probably. Friday the 13th, Ballers Wine Tour Massacre. It would be quite the spin-off, to be honest, wouldn't it? Oh dear. 1-0 down. Okay. And they do have that gap on the left-hand side, don't they? Give us a 1-0 down FM compo face. That's my face. That's my face. To be fair, that's also my face of 1-0 up. Oh. YouTube face. All YouTube faces have to look like you've got two cocks. Even Johnny D, welcome, welcome, welcome. Is everyone enjoying FM content? Yes, yes, we are. We're all enjoying it, Johnny. Basically, what we're doing is we started a new save, and that's what we did. We figured that's how we'd keep the entertainment going, because it's FM's just storytelling, isn't it? So if everyone's complaining that the stories can't be told the way that you think, then write new stories. So that's what we did. Problem at the minute, of course, is that we're losing, and it means we'll lose our top spot as well to JDR Stars. You bought the editor for the delay. Figured I might as well see what nonsense I can do. Oh, I'm not getting I'm not getting involved with the editor. I don't need that in my life. Oh dear, this is going to be 2-0, isn't it? Oh, pick that out. Unbelievable. Even Libby, how are you, pal? Fernando Gattuso played an entire game with an ACL tear. Looks at my 16-year-old with a broken leg. Why can't you be like that? Yeah, so they just need to sort of like just be a bit more, don't they? Like show their care, and sometimes they don't. And it's worrying. Millwall FM leads just so. I think quite a few people are doing Pentagons at the minute, Pilgrim, because it's I think it's a good time for it, isn't it? Right, 2-1. McQueen has pulled one back. Come on, we've got this. Can we get an equaliser? Burnley qualified for the Champions League in 4th. What? Oh, in FM. Ruled out Gattuso was a hard man because Joe Jordan could do him in a fight. That was one there. That was great. That was good, actually. I remember that. You've not gone unemployed? Oh, Llama. Pilgrim, you've barely even scraped the surface there. McQueen, a back post. That'll do. If you give Gattuso a gun, then he's got a fighting chance against Joe Jordan. But I still reckon Joe Jordan snaps the gun. Time for a third. It could be, but I don't know who for. That's the problem. I don't want to chance my arm here, but momentum has swung with us. Zombie, Mzizi, inside. Mzizi. Kupstad. Oh, that was close. I think we're just going to take a draw, are we? Joe Jordan headbutts the bullet out of the way. Yeah, like in the Matrix. Oh, we're going to get the ball running through. Hang on. We are, you know. Penalty. It's got to be. Oh. I can't believe he's missed it. Oh, dear. Oh. What an end. Because you know what? We probably should have won that. So 2-0 down, we'll take 2-2. Yeah. Julian Dix and Bert Troutman played him with a broken neck. Yeah, Stuart Pearce broke his leg once, didn't he? And walked off the pitch. And then at half time said to the physio, I'll give it 5 minutes and try and run it off. I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it? That's when he was at Man City, when he was at the end of his career, or not even when he's like fully fit. But yeah, Bert Troutman playing with a broken neck in an FA Cup final. That's quite good. As a goalkeeper. Back in the day when there wasn't even goalkeeper gloves either. Yeah, take it easy, Andy. We'll catch you soon, pal. See you on Friday. Pace has moved to DCL because of Dix. Was he? Did he go centre-back? Angle won the Olympics with a broken neck. Yeah, did. Schumacher and Oliver Kahn, the other options, but broken neck won it. Fair. Who's the it was Schumacher who came out on it and clobbered the French player thing. Remember Terry Butcher in a blood-soaked English shirt? Yeah, he just cut his head. That's all he did. Not a broken neck, is it? Just cut his head once. Schumacher to Battiston, that's it. That's the one. Johnny D resubbing in, appreciate it, Johnny. 15 months, my friend. Very kind indeed. How about Joe Jordan and Gattuso team up against the Rhino that TJ punched? Oh yeah, like the Rhino's got no chance. The Rhino is getting Michael Barry mode at that point. You could have started at Sundown, said Pilgrim. No, that's far too easy. Start at Sundowns. Watched all Formula One races and it was pretty scary that people died. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, was it Senna? Senna died, didn't he? But yeah, it's mad to think, and just go out for a bit of a drive, and then like, yeah, not gonna. How's the drive? Just didn't go well. Didn't go well. I guess same with the CrossFit Games this year as well. You know. Fortunately, Lazar Djukic died during the when he was competing this year. The glass in the front because the heat would build up, would fry the drivers. There's a lot of stuff that goes into Formula One where they could just make it safer by slowing everyone down. Right, just putting a proper speed limit and go, right, 60 mile an hour, okay, right. This is a heavily built up area, 30 miles an hour. Come on, don't be daft, don't be silly. You don't need to show off. You're not Batman, yeah. It's a callback to much earlier in the stream. Traffic lights, and a hill start as well. That would be good. I'm like a lollipop person. We all know what happens on Scale Extra, it's going too fast. Yep, yeah, you spin off and you get the smell of burning contacts. You know, heard about the backlash of Wales doing 20 mile an hour in built-up areas. Yeah, well, I have heard about it, but it's also not enforceable. So I don't understand why anyone's kicking off. You can't enforce at 20 miles an hour. Might as well go and go-karts. Well, yeah, like, go and go-karts, it might make Formula One interesting. Because that's the problem. Formula One's not fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a bit dull, isn't it? Rich people driving fast cars. I don't want to see that. In the same way, I don't want to see rich people riding horses either. Like the build up to F1, the race starts and I stop watching. That's a fair comment. It's a fair comment. All the build up bit looks interesting. I'm sure I mentioned this to you before, didn't I? I said that when Drive to Survive came out, I tweeted going, Drive to Survive is really, really good. And it started to make Formula One look interesting. That's how well it's edited. And then of course mates who like Formula One were not happy with me. Off the line. Vinnie Jones got a broken leg. When he remembers though, he'll give it back. Hey! I'm off the Christmas card list. What? Because I think the Formula One's boring? Yeah, that's fine. I'm alright with that. It is crap though, innit? It really is. Like, you know what I mean? If you like Formula One, there's a high chance you like golf. Especially if you're sat around the house in a Patronus t-shirt or something. Like, you need to have a word with yourself. Golf does suck, yeah. Ah, 1-0 down. Golf is the most boring sport in the world. Really? I don't know. Is there more boring sports? I'm a fan of cricket, but I would say cricket's more boring than golf. And I like cricket. But 5 days of nothing, that's quite boring. Occasionally, sometimes with golf, the ball ends up in the water. And it's like, you hit it off in the water, that's fine. The Ryder Cup is bearable. It depends on it because it's all sports wash now. So there's two. That's the question, isn't it? Which one do you watch? Do you watch the sports wash one or the other one? Always maintain that rugby doesn't matter. Yeah, rugby's shite. Like the thing with rugby is that if it's good and it's on, and if it's on and it's good, I'll be like, that's fair enough, that's fine. But I would never ever go to watch rugby. I would never go out of my way to watch rugby. And it's mainly for like the knobheads who play rugby. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really though, console. It doesn't. It only matters to the 4 nations that play rugby. I mean, it gets to a point when like you had those five nations competing for a trophy, and then Italy went, "Can we have a go?" Like, great, Japan getting involved. Oh yeah. You start drinking at 12, you get home at 3. Yeah, but that's just called that's just a weekend out, isn't it? That's just a general night out. You don't need to put sport in there to get pissed. Get pissed on a Tuesday. Yeah, rugby league's worse than rugby union, but then rugby union's full of like rah 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 rah. Innit? Aussie rules is shy. I've not really watched a lot of Aussie rules, I must admit. I tell you what, hurling. Is it hurling? Hurling in Ireland. There you go. That's decent. Get a bit of that. Basketball is just quick. Basketball's very, very skillful though. So I'll take basketball. Hockey. I don't mind hockey as well. I'll take a bit of hockey. Two one. NHL face-off 99 with the fights. Ooh. Yeah, ice hockey's good. Yeah, I like ice hockey. I still don't understand why there's someone in the ice hockey team who does do the fighting, but it's fine, you know. Give them a job in it. Keeps them out of trouble. Basketball back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. Good though, like the speed that those players can move and the things they can do with the ball is very, very impressive. And I'm so bad at basketball, so bad. So it's not like I can be like, well, I played basketball and I love it. Like, no, I'm terrible at basketball, but I can watch basketball. I definitely can. Great documentary on enforcers on Netflix. Okay, might have a little nosy at that then. Now it's not just the speed; it's the fact they're 7 foot and they can run that quick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're the size of Gary Barlow's son, and they're not even gangly anymore either. They're like muscly, like proper abs. And then they have to play 80 games a season, 120 games a season. It's brilliant. Every other night. And then they're like, right, how are we going to decide this match? It's a cup game. What do we? You know, one leg, 2 legs, best of 7. Best of 7? Best of 7. Like, just picking arbitrary numbers. But yeah, seven will do. Seven will do. I've watched the collective show. Yeah. Golden, isn't it? Golden. I've watched that. It's very, very good. It's very good. Right, we now have 6 games to go. Okay, we are 3 points clear at the top of the table. 6 games to go. Friday is going to be interesting, isn't it? To see what happens there. So let's leave it at this moment in time. We'll come back Friday and we'll decide. Well, we'll not decide. The game will decide whether or not we win the title, whether we get promoted, or whether it all just goes horribly, horribly wrong. Hopefully not the last one. But yeah, let's do that. Let's go. Let's come back next week. Let's come back on Friday. Sorry, and where are we? Who's on? Yeah, let's do this. We went to this guy a little while ago. Presuming he still speaks in English. I think he does. So go and get your Bahamas on. Go and see Charles Feathers. Yeah, Friday. Come back Friday. We're gonna we're gonna finish the stream on Friday. The FM show live is out on Friday as well on Patreon. Podcast out tomorrow. Appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves. Speak to you all very soon. Bye now.